welcome back. So this is a long promised video, and in my community tab I had asked if anybody wanted to ask me some specific questions before I got into my what's been happening in my world during the almost a year now. I've been on and off YouTube because a lot of you guys that have been following me kind of know after I lost my dad, it got extremely rough for me. So I had 3 people send me some questions. So I want to answer these questions. The first one comes from my girl Rosie, and I will link their channels down in the description box below. And she goes, "Hey amiga, I hope you are well. I definitely want to see you back, so I'm submitting 2 questions. I know you losing your dad was a very big impact in your life, which it definitely was. I know it's been difficult for you. My question is, do you think you will be able to return to your crafty YouTube channel?" So I'm working on it. I have to force myself a lot of times. I feel like, I don't know, I feel like a total failure. I feel like I've let people down. I feel like because of what I've gone through, like she said, with losing my dad, I've lost myself in transit. And that's what's making it so hard for me to do anything. Like, I don't want to craft. I don't even care much about my house. I don't care about myself. Like, I don't even understand while I'm still here. Now I can really tell that how much of an impact my dad made in my life, considering that my dad didn't even live here. He lived in Chicago. I live in Kentucky. I never asked my dad for money. It was just more of like I had somebody that understood how I thought, my ambitions, my motivations, and how to just kind of help me mentally, because that's the hardest part for me. I carry a lot of baggage from when I was younger, and it's not easy letting your guard down after that, and he understood it. So I don't have that anymore. So do I want to return to my crafty YouTube channel? Yes. When will I be able to come back 100%? I don't know, but I want to slowly transition to being myself again. I want to be who I used to be, and I want you guys to see who I used to be, but I have to push myself. I have to, right now I'm pushing myself because I need to get out of this mental state. April 13th will mark a year since my dad passed, and it just feels like it happened yesterday. And I miss him more and more every day, that I need him and I just can't talk to him, So long-winded answer, but I do plan on coming back. I just need to continue to push myself to do it. She says, this question is off topic. You had mentioned in a video that you had applied for a Dollar Tree job. Did you get the job? I actually did get the job. Unfortunately, I did not take the job. I have a full-time gig, and I really wanted to work part-time after I got done with my job, and they wanted me to be the manager, which is not what I had applied for. But because of my experience, they were offering me a manager's position at Dollar Tree, and I could not take it. So I'm saddened to say that I did not get the opportunity to work at my local Dollar Tree, which is really what I wanted to do. But I was seeking more of like a cashier or a stockroom person, and they wanted me more for a manager's job. So I did get it, but I didn't take it. Thanks for your questions, Rosie. Thank you so much, girl. I love you. This is from Deanna. She says, I don't know what has been going on with you, and it's really none of my business, but you did get me curious when you stated that you were in danger. That's a very scary thing. I hope you are no longer in any danger. She says, by the way, little eye candy singing her ABCs was simply adorable. She's growing up quickly. In case you don't know, my name is Deanna. Her YouTube channel is Dee's Crafts. So this is, this was a very interesting piece of my life. And I've never, ever in my years, and I've been through a lot of dangerous situations, but I've never been faced with a person who is a narcissist. As a matter of fact, I didn't even know what a narcissistic person is capable of doing until I've interacted with one of my employees. And she had me so brainwashed, like, to the point that my other employees will tell me to be careful, and I couldn't see it. I mean, to me, she was a sweet lady. She was like my mom. You know, I talked to her all the time. She was very compassionate. You know, when my dad was sick, she came here. She prayed with my dad. She talked with my dad. She made my dad soup. Like, she was a big part of my life. And honestly, when my dad passed, she was the person that was helping me cope with this, if that makes any sense. She was there for me like a mom. Somebody that I can depend on, talk to, cry to, talk to in a way like I used to talk to my dad, where it would help me mentally bring myself back to the parking lot. Well, I went away for that retreat you guys know about last year, where several ladies here on YouTube, Susan Tucker was one of them, Crafting with Fury. So I took a Friday off of work, and I never take time off of work, but something in my gut told me not to go. And my husband's like, you already paid for it. You have to go. And I'm like, I don't know. I don't feel like I want to go. Well, I went, and it was rough. You can tell the ladies, I mean, I was getting phone call after text message after phone call. I didn't enjoy my weekend there. I did not. And when I came back to work, it got even worse. You know, this lady who I trusted so much and said she would do anything whenever I needed her, I'd asked for a huge favor because a lot of people called off. And she took personal offense to that. She says, oh, I can't believe you didn't tell me you wanted me to do this and blah, 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 blah. I said, listen, things happen at the last minute. It's part of our business. You know, when people call off, I need to move people around to get the mission completed. It's just a part of the business. Well, she did so many things wrong. It was a chaotic Friday. So when I got back to work on Monday, she just continued on with this narcissistic thing and picking on people and talking about people. I mean, it got so bad to the point that I had to send her home, and I did a huge write-up on her. Corporate couldn't see it until they finally talked to her, and they're like, yeah, she's got to go. So I had to fire this woman, and she made my life miserable. I mean, I was afraid to go to work, and I was afraid to get in my car. I was afraid because she tried everything. She knew a lot of people at Fort Knox, so she was calling people. She was setting me up. She was throwing me under the bus. She was throwing GCE under the bus. She got to corporate office. She wanted to sue me. She wanted to sue my company. She said, you know, I had something to do with her unemployment, which, man, I must be God. If I can do that much, I'm like, wow. You know, like, I don't know how much people really think of me or thought of me to be that highly or have that much power that I can do that much to somebody, but I don't. I'm just me. But yeah, she was threatening my life. She was threatening my life to other people. She was telling people that I am a bad person. I mean, she threw me under the bus with OSHA. I mean, oh my God. I don't even know how I made it through about 4 to 5 months of torture. Like, it was every day. Every time I turned on my emails, every time I went to the office, I'm like, oh my God, it's something else. It's going to be something else. It's going to be something else. And then to top it off, she ended up getting a job in one of the buildings right behind my building. Luckily, I have not ran into her, but my custodians have. But it's scary. You know, this woman I'm still fearing for my life because I don't know what she is capable of doing. She's done so much that I just don't know if I see an end to this yet. You know, so I had to go incognito for a very long time because, you know, the courts, the lawyers, then we went to litigation with Social Security. I mean, unemployment. I mean, it was just a lot. OSHA, trying to prove OSHA, you know, like, it just got overwhelming for about 4 months of my life that I just couldn't handle the stress, the pressures, the everyday facing, trying to keep my face up and smiling for everybody while at the same time, you know, they don't need to know all of this. So I'm over here suffering with the situation, but in front of them, I have to put up a happy face because I don't want them to suffer for me, because they would suffer for me. So, you know, it was definitely, and still is, a very scary situation. Like I said, I never knew how much a narcissistic person would be capable of doing and continue to hurt, although she's already hurt me enough, you know. So I had all the locks changed. I had all the codes to the buildings changed. I had a light put outside of my house. I had a light put in the back of the shop. Like, yeah, I went above and beyond to find my safety guard because I don't trust her, and I still don't. So, and there's more to this story, and I'll get into it in a different video. But yes, I was definitely, and still am, in a very scary position that I do fear every day, because she did threaten my life. So she said, I will pay for this. She said it to several people. So I don't know what that means, you know, and I still don't. I know she's done enough, but I don't know how much more she'll be capable of doing. So stay tuned. I'll get into more detail in another video. Thank you so much, Deanna. Appreciate the question. I got 3 questions from the Rose Life. Again, they're all going to be linked down in the description box below, guys. It says, hey, sweetie, I have a few questions. Why did you start making YouTube videos? Why? Because I actually wanted to be a vlogger, but my husband does not like vlogging our daily lives. And I'm not one that likes to show my house either, because there's some crazy people out there. So because he didn't want me to be like a daily vlogger. Plus, I don't even know if I can commit for a daily vlogging because my job, but I love to craft. So I was always watching crafty videos. So I decided, you know what? I'm going to create a day in my world, because you see the noise in the back. And if you haven't seen some of my videos, you know, there's always my oldest jumping in, my baby jumps in, the husband will peep in once in a while. And at the same time, I can show you guys a day in my world, which is my daughters and my husband, and also my crafting, as you can tell from everything back there. So I brought you guys into my world, not into my family's world per se. I decided that I just wanted to bring you guys into my world and show you guys a little bit about who I am, what I like to do, the kind of stuff that I like to buy, you know, just my everyday Larry Day, you know, like I want to be able to talk to you guys about what I do at work, you know, which that's a huge part of my life. You guys have no idea. This has been the biggest blessing of my life to work where I work at. And I would love to share that story with you guys and have you guys look into it, you know, and see the excitement that I get from my job and the reason why I get so excited about that. So that's why I didn't really make it a crafty channel per se, because my world doesn't just revolve around crafts. It revolves around work. It revolves around helping people. It revolves around my babies. It revolves around my life. So that's why I kind of started this. And it also allows me to pass something on to my girls. You know, as they get older, they're going to see themselves when they were acting a certain way and now they're bougie and, you know, they don't do that. Well, hey, look, I got a video to prove it to you. You know, so there's a lot of reasons why I decided to do these videos, and also just because I like to make people smile. You know, even though I might be at my lowest, it makes me happy to see other people happy. So I don't know, there's just so many reasons why I started the YouTube channel, and I think there's gonna be a lot more purpose to my YouTube channel when I get rolling on some new things and new content and new ideas that have kind of transpired after all this tragedy that I've gone through. So yeah, there's a lot of good reasons for it. The second question she asked me is, who inspires me? So the one person that inspired me so much is unfortunately gone, but I still think about everything that my dad did and what he did for people, himself, you know, who he was and what he was, that he still inspires me. You know, he motivates me to continue doing what I'm doing, you know, but above all, and first and foremost, you know, God is my number one inspiration. You know, I was talking to my leadership when I got back from Pensacola's conference, and we started talking about compassion. And I asked all of them, I said, what does compassion mean to you? And everybody says, you know, doing good deeds, being kind to people, listening to people, you know, being a lending ear, you know, all great answers, fantastic answers. But do you know that being compassionate can also mean reprimanding somebody? Being compassionate means writing rules and regulations. Being compassionate means, you know, demoting somebody. There's so many things to this, to meanings to the word compassion, you know, and they wouldn't understand. So say, for instance, I just wrote a attendance policy, which I knew it was going to hit a lot of people that have attendance issue. And the reason that I wrote that is because I have compassion for the people that are there on a daily basis, that provide job security to the people that are never there, right? So I'm having compassion towards the employees that are present, and the employees that are not present are feeling it because they're the ones that are always calling off. They're the ones that are going to get affected by the policy. That's just one example, you know. And then I said, we all need to understand ourselves as an individual. You know, we all have problems. People look at me in a different manner at work because I'm the boss. But I've told them, I'm like, look, I'm still human. I still bleed red. I still have issues at home. I still have issues at work. You know, I am a human being. You know, I have the same problems that they have. And if they believe that I don't, then there's a problem. I even went on to say, listen, God, as much as people want to believe that he doesn't have problems, we're wrong. Do you know how much he cries for us? He's sad every day of his life. And this is exactly what I told my leadership. I said, all of us, including God, has problems because he is always yearning for this world. This world is not going ahead. We're moving backwards. We're not keeping our vision set on what he wants us to. So every day he suffers. Every day he suffers, you know. But he is my number one inspiration because he still doesn't give up. He knows that he is going to win people, that are going to win people to his kingdom, you know, and he keeping my eyes on him and trying to focus on his mission, which I'll get into that at a later time, because he's been working on me a lot through this job. I mean, when I mean a lot, I mean a lot, you know, and it's time to start working on what he wants me to do, you know, so stay tuned for that. It's coming. But that is a great question. My number one inspiration is God, and then my dad follows right behind that. And then my girls, you know, my girls inspire me on a daily basis to get up and do what I have to do for their well-being. Number 3, what are your goals for YouTube, if any? Ooh, I don't want to get into this too much right now, Rose, but I want to talk about this on a separate video. I do have some major goals for my YouTube channel, and a lot of it has to do with people. I don't want to do spoiler alert because I want to be able to talk about this in a separate video, but I do have some goals for my YouTube channel. But again, a lot of it has to do with people, making people happy, helping people, just people, you know, just being there for people in different ways. And I will explain that in another video, because this is, and I keep saying I don't feel that it's the right time yet, but I know it's almost time. I can already feel it, and I'm waiting on God's direction for this. When I feel in my spirit that it's time, God will let me know. I'm already fulfilling this mission. I've been working on this mission for over a year, but it's not time for me to put it out there yet. But it's close to it, and a lot of the stuff that I've been doing for the past year have a lot to do with your third question, Rose. What are your goals for YouTube? So stay tuned, because that is coming very soon, I promise. Probably within the next week to 2 weeks, that question will be answered, so stay tuned. All right, guys, those are all the questions that I had. This is a pretty long video. I hope you enjoyed some of the questions, some of the answers, some of the craziness, little hints into what's been happening, little hints into what's coming soon with this channel. And yeah, stay tuned for more, guys. Like I said, I am pushing myself really hard to get my strength. I need to get back to the doctors. I need to get my medication because that keeps me extremely tired. I haven't been taking my medication in a while, so that's not helping me any either. But I promise that you all will see what's coming soon. So stay tuned, guys. All right. Thank you so much, ladies. I appreciate the questions. I will link all the beautiful ladies down in the description box below. Don't forget to like, comment down below if you want any other questions. I do owe you guys a family Q&A. So I don't think it's going to be a Q&A. It's just more like a chit chat because we didn't really get any questions. But it'll be like a family chit chat. I'll bring the girls, my husband, and myself, and we'll be a part of that soon. So yeah, I'm trying to get myself back into a rhythm of things here, slowly but surely. So I hope you enjoy this. And guys, I will see y'all in my next video. Bye. You want to say bye-bye?
Bye-bye.
They can't see you. There you are. Bye, guys.